Dear parents, adult classes for English as a second language and citizenship classes that prepares you for the American citizenship test already started, but there are still some room for you to join. So this is open and free for all HES Academies families. Please contact your school or register directly through the link that you see on the screen or the QR code. أعزائي أولياء الأمور في مدارس مؤسسة حمادة التعليمية، لقد بدأت الدورة المجانية للأهالي في اللغة الإنجليزية وامتحان الجنسية في جميع المدارس، ولكن ما زال هناك فرصة لكم للانضمام لهذه الدروس. ما عليكم إلا التسجيل مباشرة على الرابط الذي ترونه على الشاشة، وأيضا يمكن استخدام الكاميرا للهاتف المحمول لاستخدام الQR كود للدخول إلى الرابط مباشرة، أو بكل بساطة ممكن الاتصال بالمدرسة للانضمام إلى هذه الحصص المجانية
Cover this in English today. If you have questions, if you need translations, just raise your hand. And then I'm here all the time to answer questions in either English or Arabic about what high school is, okay? So our topic today is, what is high school? Why is high school important? And how can our students prepare before getting to high school, what they have to do during high school, and what happens, what are their options after, all right? So the agenda will be our introduction. Let me introduce myself. I'm Miss May Sabah. I am the school counselor here at ULA, and this is my third year at ULA. So I love it so much, and I love you kids, okay? So as I said, what do we do before high school? What are the requirements to graduate high school? Because it's not just simply going through the days of high school, right? We have to produce transcripts for each student that show that they have checked off the requirements by the state of Michigan to get their high school diploma. What do we offer here at ULA as a high school? And what happens after? I'll go a little bit over what is needed and what students experience in the college application process and in the financial aid process, okay? And the reason why this is important, even if your students are not in high school yet, because when we don't know how something works, it seems so overwhelming and intimidating, you know? So when you know what you have to be dealing with in the future, it just takes off that edge, you know? And also for you to know that you have resources here that can help you along the way, okay? And then, this is really important, after high school, the kids still have resources, or now the adults, wherever they're going. Because, alhamdulillah, we're so great here at ULA that even, alhamdulillah, you know, fadl rabbina, that even our graduates keep coming back to ask us questions about what they're doing at work and in college, okay? So instead of them going to their financial aid office at school, at their college, they're coming to the counseling department here at ULA to help them. So, but this is something that now I'm taking, even though it's a compliment to us, I'm taking note of it because we want them to walk out of here prepared and not intimidated to go to the appropriate places and personnel to figure out their business. I want them to be able to pick up the phone and call their bank if there is an issue. Pick up the phone, call the university admissions office or registrar office if you need something. So now I'm trying to train them to pick up the phone, don't be scared, that person is there, they're getting paid to pick up the phone and help you, okay? All right. So, before high school, and this is from, you know, late elementary to middle school. What we want to instill in our students here in the school, and then, of course, you are number one, this cannot be done without you, is to instill in them traits that make them successful humans. Not just successful students, successful humans. So they need to have grit. Grit is just you work hard. I always tell the students, yes, you can think that medical doctors are so smart, you know, but really medical doctors are hard workers who have grit. They have perseverance. They have stamina and self-discipline to go through all these years of education and push themselves to study and retain the information, whether they want to or not. Grit is when you do something, whether you want to do it or not, whether you enjoy it or not. It's because it's going to get you to another level and another potential that you can reach. So the way I deal with it as a counselor when they're complaining, I first validate them, okay? Students, kids, and even adults, by the way, even adults in your personal relationships, husbands, wives, they won't take your advice, they won't listen to you unless you hear them out first, right? So if your kid comes to you, oh, I have a test, I don't feel like studying, I can't do this anymore, and you say, no, you're going to do it because I said so, and you're going to be an engineer or a doctor, whether you like it or not, you're not encouraging them. They're shutting down. Some of them will do it just because they naturally have grit and they naturally want to impress you, but some of them, they might do it because they're scared as middle schoolers, but once we get to high school, we're not as scared of the parents anymore. We're not as scared of the teachers anymore, okay? So you want them to have that trait because it's developed in them. So, for example, we just did the PSAT, SAT test. Miss May, we hate this test. I say, I hear you. I feel you. I don't enjoy planning it either. But guess what? I have to do it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And so do you, because we live in this country, we live in this state. This is when we have to do it. So let's suffer together. I'm here with you. And get prepared. And if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. Go ahead. Yes.
هذا التست بيجيبوه من الاشياء اللي هم اخذوهم ولا ما بيكونوا اخذينه هاي بالماث بيكونوا ماخذينه ولا بيكونوا لسه ما اخذوه
The PSAT and SAT? I will cover it. It's coming. I will answer that question. There's a whole slide for standardized testing. So I'm gonna let you know. If I miss it, remind me. Okay. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good question. Okay. So we covered grit, discipline. You have to start teaching them to be independent. Not that they don't need you or your guidance anymore, but now they need to manage their own time. They need to organize their own stuff, their studying area, their living area, because all this factors into their success moving forward. Because we're leaving elementary, you have the highest level of support, right? Your teacher is reminding the students what to do, really holding their hands. If you can imagine it, they're really walking with them. In middle school, instead of holding the hand and guiding, imagine like we're walking like this, okay? It's a little bit less, like both are walking together. In high school, we're not touching anymore. The teacher is walking next to you, your staff is walking next to you, but they're not holding you anymore. And then in high school and the real world, okay, sweetie, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, we're gonna get someone else, right? So we want to gradually increase their independence and the self-driven attitude. And that doesn't happen in young people by just telling them to do so. That happens by you as parents and us here as school staff in giving them confidence. You can do this. I can give you advice on how to manage your own time, but I'm going to give you advice based on what works for me, not what works for you. You need to understand who you are. What are your preferences? Are you more active in the morning or more active at night? So each kid has to figure out who they are and manage time their own way and organize their own way. I actually have a counseling lesson that I'm going to do in May with middle and high schoolers about their organizational style. So they're going to take a quiz and it will tell them if in their organization they like to see their stuff. How many of you guys your husbands drive you crazy because they like everything outside?
I'm good.
Right?
My husband
That's how my husband is. He's so organized. He's so meticulous. Okay, mashallah. But he likes to see everything. If I put his stuff in a drawer, it's done. Like he will forget that it exists. So I had to learn who he is to make sure that he stays organized and we're not clashing, right? The same thing for my son. He wants everything to be labeled and seen. If he doesn't know where it is, he's going to forget that it exists. So I'll have the students do that quiz to see if they like things hidden, if they like things displayed, if they like them labeled, if they like bins within bins, boxes within boxes, to really find something that works for them to help them. Because our way is our way, right? It's not their way, and it doesn't have to be. And it's not even about generational differences, it's just personality differences, you know? Okay, and then as I said before, just like you are getting familiarized with high school expectations right now, the students have to be too. A very important step for middle schoolers is to gain some familiarity with what happens in high school so that they're not shocked, okay? Okay. So this is high school on paper, okay? It seems like a lot. I have everybody's attention, correct? Okay, all right. It looks like a lot, but we'll break it down. This is what is organized on each student's transcript, okay? So we have similar subjects to middle school. Of course, more rigor and more advancement, more challenge to them. But now, there are certain subjects that are called the core subjects that they have to pass. If they don't pass it, they have to take it again, okay? There's no summer school anymore. They have to take it again. They have to earn that credit, all right? It's like college. You don't pass your course in college, it doesn't count toward your degree, right? Okay, so let's go through what are the expectations. So their transcript is broken down by years, but here I'm going to break it down for you by subject, okay? And I'm gonna tell you like my counseling technique. These colors are my highlighter colors that I actually use when I'm auditing their transcript to make sure they have their credits. So I look at their transcripts and I grab the blue highlighter and I check off all their English requirements, okay? And if they didn't pass ELA in 9th grade, I highlight it in red, okay? That they need to recover that. So I do this process for each high schooler every semester to make sure they earn the credits that they were supposed to in the semester before. And I meet with every high schooler once a year. Okay, this is something that I felt is important. The meeting is not that long. It's very short. Who's the shortest? Who do you think? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Some seniors who've been here for 4 years have very short meetings. Who has the shortest meetings, guys? When I'm talking about this. The kids who have it all. The kids who have no red on their transcript. Sometimes they don't even have highlights on their transcript because I know they passed everything. I don't need to break it down, right? I go like, here, Fatma, or here, Muhammad or Ali, you look good. Keep it up. Get out of here. Let me make some time for the ones who actually need some pushing, right? Okay? All right. So here are the 4 years in English. Who can tell me how many credits is each semester for each class? So every semester in high school, students earn a credit. If in 9th grade, their ELA class is 1 credit, then how many credits is it a semester? This is per year. This is per year. For year 1. How is it for a semester? Half. Yeah. I just, I want to make sure everybody's awake. Because it's a lot of technical information. When we're talking about like kids' mental health and their emotional state, it will be fun, we'll be engaged, but this is like technical, boring stuff a little bit, so I'm trying to make it a little bit fun for you guys. So, we calculate it by semester. So they can pass semester 1. If they fail semester 2, 9th grade, they only get 1/2, okay? 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, they need to earn 1 credit each year, and 4 credits to graduate high school. Okay? It can be 3.5, it can be 3.75, it has to be 4. Okay? Same thing with math. And the thing with math, with these subjects is that with these domains, so these like categories, they actually need these specific subjects. So it can't just be any math, right? It has to be Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Pre-Calculus, or we have more options for them in 12th grade. So if they don't want to do something as rigorous as Pre-Calculus, we have Business Math, we have Consumer Math, but they still count toward their degree or their diploma, okay? For science, they must have biology, chemistry, and physics. So we have students who are coming in from other schools or other countries who have taken maybe physical science or astronomy or some other science. That doesn't count toward the Michigan graduation requirements. It will count as an elective. They will still need to take biology, chemistry, and physics, all right? Okay. Social studies is another core subject. So what did we cover as core subjects so far? ELA, math, social studies, science. Yes, these are the 4 core subjects that they must pass. Do we have any questions? I hear whispers. Ask me the questions, guys. Okay? Yes.
شلون نعرف مثلا ايش قد عندهم
قد ايه عندهم كريدت؟ اوكي. ممكن انا ابعت لك؟ يعني ممكن ابعت لك
انا لسه ابني السنه الجاي راح يروح هاي سكول.
هو المقرر هياخد كل اللي انا بقول لك عليه، يعني كل سنه يعني الناينث جريد هياخد US history، هياخد biology هنا ULA، هياخد algebra 1 و ELA 9th grade. تمام؟ ده اللي هو الكور سبجكتس المقرر اللي عليه. انت ممكن تطلبي مني كل سمستر ابعت لك على فكره بيكون على progress report too for high school the credit. اوكي؟ so you'll know واي وقت محتاجه تشوفي ايه اللي عنده ممكن ابعت لك الترانسكريبت. اوكي؟ ان شاء الله. Okay, so we'll go back to social studies. US history in 9th grade, civics and economics in 10th grade, and world history in 11th grade. Okay? There's no core social studies course in 12th grade, and no course science course in 12th grade either. If you guys know this, it's just 3. Okay? So you note here that in 10th grade, first semester they take civics, and second semester they take economics. So the total will be 3 credits for all social studies. Tamam? Another Michigan requirement is that they need 2 years of a foreign language that is the same. So again, we have some students that come with a year of Spanish, and we offer Arabic, right? They think, okay, well, I have a year of Spanish, I'll take a year of Arabic, I'm done. No, that doesn't meet the requirement. I'll give you the option. I can either order you a Spanish course to do online, and you will get that missing credit in Spanish, or you will take 2 years of Arabic with us, okay? So they need 2 years of the same language. Most of our students leave with 2 years of Arabic, at least. Obviously, you guys know, at least, okay? What's really cool about this requirement is that most of our students, I would say 85% at least, already have it from middle school. So their 6th, 7th, and 8th grade Arabic class counts for high school. So when you guys see on their Power School or on their transcript a world language class that's only pass and fail and I'm the teacher, that is not an actual class. It's to document what they did in middle school in Arabic, that they actually have that credit. Make sense? Okay? So that's the first thing on their transcript that's ready. Amen? Okay. They need one, by the way, physical education, when I highlight is not in red. I just ran out of colors here. Okay? All right. Physical education, gym, 1 credit they need. In the performance arts, they need 1 credit, so that can be music, theater, art, graphic design, and I make sure as their counselor that they have had 1 credit to get. Believe it or not, I had one student, she's a straight A student, mashallah, okay, very hardworking. She came in this year as a junior, her first year. And she's doing dual enrollment, which I'll explain later. And for juniors, their dual enrollment is last hour instead of taking gym. Because most of them already have PE class. They've had it 9th grade, 10th grade, you know, they have more than 1 credit, they're good. Because she came in from another school, when I revised her transcript coming in, I realized that she only has half a credit in gym. So can you imagine this straight A student, if we didn't make sure we met the gym requirements, she wouldn't be able to graduate high school for PE. So now I switched her dual enrollment hours so that she actually attends gym class and has that credit. Okay? So that's on me as their counselor to make sure that they're getting all the credits that they need. And then, huh? Oh, thank you. And, they are already, before me even, with you guys. So then we get to the last thing, electives. They need at least 6 electives. Not 6 electives, pardon me. Usually 12, because it's half a credit each, right? But they need 6 credits of electives. Electives can be more arts, more gym classes. We have some science electives like genetics, physical chemistry, biology investigations. We have some math credits like technical math, math test prep, 10th graders take it. You guys tell me, what other electives, high school parents, that you're aware of your kids taking?
Yearbook.
Yearbook for seniors. Music is an elective, yes. So we have anything aside from the core subjects would count as an elective. Their dual enrollment classes are counted as electives in high school, okay? Most of your kids will have way more than 6 credits for electives because we need a total of 24 credits to graduate. It's a minimum. Meaning, most of your kids, if your child is graduating with 24 credits, there may be an issue. That means maybe they failed a lot of their electives, okay? Most of the kids graduating have about 26, 27 credits, okay? Especially if they're coming in with the 2 Arabic credits from middle school, right? That's like an extra 2 credits. So,
Community service, Ms. May, is what considered?
I'm getting to everything.
Ah.
I'm getting to everything. So, any questions about this?
For me, she didn't have Arabic here, 6, 7, 8. How did it start?
So she did have it in her transcript from her other school. She did take it in her other school, so she's good. Listen, I got her. Don't worry. She's amazing. That's another, mashallah, that's another example of an amazing senior, alhamdulillah. Yeah. Okay. So yes, ladies, if your kid came from another country or another school, I study their credits coming in and their transcript and see what applies here and what doesn't, what do they still need. So don't think that when the kids are coming in that they're losing a lot of stuff. Everything counts. So even if they took Islamic studies, we're a public school, so that would count as an elective, right? Everything counts for them, okay?
So Ms. May do a credit analysis for these things. Then she see what's missing and she give the students.
So remember when I told you guys about the core subjects? They need them to pass, right? So if they don't pass them, which please, make sure your kids pass their classes. I tell them, really, it seems like you're putting in a lot of work to get an F. Like that, it seems like that way to me. Because it's not that difficult to pass your high school classes, guys. Come on. You have been in school for years, right? Since you were 5. You can do this. So if they get an F in ELA, Tell me. Math, social studies, science. They have to take what we call a Keystone course. It's called Keystone because the institution, the organization we deal with is called the Keystone School, okay? That's why it's called the Keystone course. So we buy the courses from them. So let's say one student failed semester 1 in biology, okay? So then when I'm auditing their credits, on my spreadsheet, I put student X needs semester 1 half a credit course in biology. That half a credit costs $116, okay? If they need a whole year, if he failed semester 1 and 2 in biology, it would be $155, and I would order that course, and they will get a welcome letter from the Keystone School on how to access the course online. All these courses are online, okay? And these courses have a due date that they need to finish them by, okay? And then I have access to their progress.
I know, but the payments is parents pay it or the government for the kids' law?
So that's a good question. So sometimes we have grants for that. It just depends on what's available. Because if government funding changes,
Yeah.
if we have it, then we got it. However, if the school pays for it through a grant and the kid fails, because I have students who not only failed their actual class, like let's stick with student X. He failed semester 1 biology. I ordered him semester 1 biology Keystone course. He fails the Keystone course. Then I have to order another one. This second one that I ordered, the parents have to pay.
You have a question.
Yes.
This the program for the biology just or for the math?
For everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Because all of the kids is ضعيفين بالماث. Especially girls.
Yeah.
Boys. Like girls. أنا من بنتي كثير يعني.
Math is tricky. It's alhamdulillah, I was a really good student. I was like a hard worker and a nerd in high school, throughout. And I always had a bad relationship with math.
أنا شجعت إني
Did you just say that because I just?
Oh my God! Guys, math is the best subject in the world. Oh.
And do you agree with her?
No one agrees with me, guys. We love math.
Okay.
You have to come right now.
Yeah.
My daughter is taking that Jibra. He told me it's easy. The Jibra 2, he told me, no, it's not easy.
That makes sense,
I think
right?
algebra 2, it's not.
Yeah.
And I always tell the students, even the advanced kids, algebra 2 is the hardest one.
He told me I love the math. Oh, it'll be changed.
Yeah.
But لما أخذت الجبرة 2 عشانها ما عم تفهم أنا I don't like it.
I don't like it.
No, algebra 2 is hard. It's the hardest math class. Yeah, once they take it.
And you just said it.
But my daughter
You
is
just
not
said
here in the high school.
Okay. But this is common everywhere in a different school. I got you. But you just said what the issue is. When we're not good at something, we don't like it, right?
Here you care for the kids عشان يجيبوا السكور.
Yeah.
Because my daughter in another school, you don't see it. ما بيحكوا للأهل أي شيء.
Okay.
بس نروح نجيب الريبورت.
You're shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the math app, the science and the science and
Social studies?
لا الإنجليزي.
Chemistry. Yeah.
Why? Because the math you don't like it.
Right. And the chemistry and physics, they have math
Yeah.
components. But what was I was saying, I always had a relationship with math, not so good relationship with math because it doesn't come easy to my brain, right? It didn't make me feel good, When I went to college and I had to take a lot of statistics for what I do, and I told myself, and this is what I tell our students too, imagine that math is a person, and you don't really know that person, and you have an interaction with them, the first impression, it's not so good. You can either say, oh, this math guy, I don't want to deal with him. I don't like him. He is annoying. Or you can be like, you know what? What's my part in this? Maybe I didn't give him a chance or her a chance. Let me give this math person a chance and get to know what she or he needs me to do and really speak their language.
I love it, Miss May.
Huh?
I love
And I
it.
tell the kids that. Because a lot of it is mental. A lot of it is, oh, I don't feel good when I do it. I'm freaking out looking at these numbers and these graphs. So I'm shutting down.
I'm sorry, Miss May, to interrupt, but honestly, صراحة, the problem here, the systems and the way we talk about it, it's okay not to be good at math. يعني we never, oh, I'm just not good at math. And we live with it. No. Everyone should be able to
You
do
want to
it.
try. You want
يعني ما حدا بيقول لك I'm not good at reading. Or, no, I'm just not good at math. No, you can't say that. You shouldn't say that. أنا كل واحد بيقول لي هيك no. You're not allowed to say that.
By the way, can you come in the camera, please?
No.
No, come.
Why?
I just want to introduce you. If you guys don't know, this is Miss Jamal. She is our amazing math head department and Arabic head department.
That's why I have to find all the math. Yeah.
I want to tell you guys that we have students who go through high school who are they just can't find themselves, and they're the ones who walk around like this. They don't feel connected, they don't feel good. And I've realized that a big part of it, really, if you can believe it, is their math class from 9th and 10th. So Ms. Juma teaches our 12th grade. These very kids, they get to 12th grade to her class, I see smiles. I see people walking like this, and I ask them, what happened? Like, who's this? Who are you? We love Ms. Juma's class. I never knew that I was such a good math person. So she really, she unveils, she unearths
Thank you.
this.
Thank you.
No, it's really true. It's really true. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Juma.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you.
بتطلع المواهب, you know?
أنا بحب الماث
Yeah.
أكثر شيء بالنسبة لي.
That's
to
very.
يعني كنت أحب التيتشر تبعتي بالهاي سكول.
See, it's really
صح
connected.
المعلمة إلها
Yeah. If لو المعلمة believes in the kid, loves math, she's passionate about it.
بيحب حاجه بيعطيها بحب.
Exactly. Yeah.
السوشيال لا. زيرو.
Zero. See, you're the flip.
Yeah.
Give the social studies person a chance, okay? Come on. That's my thing. Social studies, English, anything reading and writing, I love. Yeah. يلا سبحان الله.
كل واحد
Yeah, كل واحد.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell the kids. You're going to be naturally good at something, okay? It doesn't mean that this is the only thing you're going to be good at. You have to train your brain to have grit. You push yourself to work that muscle that doesn't like this subject, you know? So, okay, let's get back to this, guys. So, if your student is part of the special education department, they don't get the Keystone course. So we come up with a paper format that fits their accommodations, okay? So because they have certain accommodations to reach the same level as the general population students. Okay, so what we also have as resources is, oh no, this is not the, yes, sure.
You see يعني بتعمل للولد تيست the first year صح؟ إذا شفتوه ضعيف بالماث بتبعتوا للبيرنتس إنه you want it.
No, we don't do a test. This is if they fail their math class. Yeah.
لا في شيء قبل هذا الحكي.
الشيء قبل هذا الحكي is with the teachers.
بالضبط.
Okay, يعني
You-
شوف
Yeah.
هذا
Progress.
الولد مو كتير بالماث.
Right. And the thing is, that's the point of progress reports, right?
Yeah.
It's progress reports, it's not on the record yet. The grade is still changing. صح؟ And when you guys came yesterday and today and picked up the progress report of your kids, that's not their final grade in that subject. The final grade will be at the end of the semester. So the whole point of parent-teacher conferences being at that time, in the middle of the semester, is so you guys can know what's going on with the kids, catch what needs to be done before it's locked in. Before يتسجل خلاص في الملف بتاعهم. Okay? So no, we don't test them before because the teachers assess them within their class. But we don't assess them school-wide like that because the requirements are the requirements. They have to take algebra 2, algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, and pre-calculus or another 12th grade math. And then it's your communication with the teacher to see what's going on, okay? If they're missing anything. So this is my bad guys, I sent 2 copies of the slide of this presentation. There was another one where I added that we actually have a tutoring club that Mr. Takush started, which is really great. So we have our after school program for kids who need help. We have our summer school, and we have it for high school too, especially with the kids who have the keystone to work on them. And then we have throughout the year a tutoring club that Mr. Takush, he looks at, he recruits tutors and recruits kids who need tutoring. So they're tutored by their friends, which, as you know, sometimes is actually more effective
Student government.
than an adult. When they hear it from someone closer to their age who's going through it, it's more effective for them. They're more open to learn, you know? So that's a great addition that we have. Question? No? Okay. So, why is it horrible, besides the obvious, for your kids to get an F in high school? Okay? I tell the kids, high school, even though it's 4 years, it's 4 years that are like this. It's not 4 years that are separate. They're one. It's one unit. Because from the first day in high school, everything you do affects your last day in high school. Okay? I wish it wasn't that way. For me, I feel like it's not fair to judge a person based on their 9th grade year with their hormones and all the changes and the instability when they're going to college. But it is what it is. That's the system we have to work with, okay? So, their GPA starting first semester in 9th grade keeps getting added and averaged together. So, the GPA, the most important years in high school for college admission are 9, 10, and 11. Not 12. In middle school? لا. Middle school, لا. So, يعني if you think of averaging it, we every semester it's added on the previous semesters and averaged.
Cumulative GPA.
Make sense? Make sense, you guys? Okay. So, if they don't do well in 9th grade and they're not taking it seriously, it's gonna stay. You can't do anything about it anymore. You can't make it better anymore, okay? I was just having a conversation with a parent. A lot of times we get what's called senioritis. By the time kids reach 12th grade, even our brightest kids, the hardest workers, the smartest kids, they get to senior year and they're like over it. They don't want to come to school, but make sure they come. They are over the assignments. So their grades, especially when they know they're already going to college, they already got the acceptance letter, they paid the deposit, they feel like, khalas, I'm done with high school, okay? So their grades start falling a little bit. Because they put such a good investment in 9, 10, and 11, even if their grade starts falling in 12, they're still okay, right? عشان الأساس قوي, all right?
هو المتابعة من البداية
Yes.
بوصل صح.
Yes. So what I do now that I feel like works really well with the students, in our 8th grade meeting, we meet with all the 8th graders to explain high school to them. So I explain the same things that I'm telling you to our 8th graders. What I started doing is I'm bringing graduates from the, مثلا this year with the 8th graders, I'm going to bring some seniors back. They'll be done already. They'll be graduated. So I'm going to bring them back. They're going to walk in with their graduation gown and all the cool things they wore. And I'm going to tell them, this is what you wear when you just do the requirements and you get that first degree, the high school diploma. And then this is what you wear on top of it if your GPA is between 3.5 to 3.69. And this is what you wear. The more, you guys know in graduation, the more things you wear, the more stuff you've done. It's more honors, right? So I show them, I make it real for them. This is who you may be if you work hard in 4 years. So, but you have to start working for it now. And I let the graduates tell them. When was the first day I took it seriously? They say, first day in 9th grade. When did you stop taking it seriously? Last day of school. Yes. It's not about intelligence. It's not who's smarter than whom. It's who works hard, who sets a goal and goes for it. Okay? So let's avoid F's, because F's, I told them, they told me what it's called in games. Do you play video games? Do you play video games? Yeah?
Yeah.
What happens when someone like punches you in the video game? What is it called? Like you lose a lot of points. It depends what game, right? Oh, I don't know. That's a big conversation. It's okay. We'll finish this conversation in a little bit, okay? I need to learn from you. I do. But it's like, you know when they're playing a game and they get like a hit or a kick and they lose so many points? That's an F, right? And then when they get A's, it's a boost. They get a lot of points. So that's how, but I need them to teach me their language again so I can explain it to them. Yeah. And then it might cost money, right? Because if we don't have a grant, the parents would have to pay. And then you're already coming to school, you're already sitting in class, you get an F, it's like it never happened. And then you have to start all over again with a Keystone course. So I tell them, don't do this to yourselves, you know? Okay, this is so important. So I actually I took a picture of the Michigan law when it comes to attendance. This is the law, guys. Parents at home, this is the law, okay? We're not making it up. We're not harassing you for the kids to come to school because we feel like it. Yes, we love to see them, but we are also obligated by the Michigan Code of Laws for your kids to come to school. So, let me tell you. I'm going to read it to you. A parent or other person in parental relations, so a parent or a guardian, who fails, a parent, not the student, the parent fails to comply with this part, it's the attendance, at least, I think 90%, it's going to be here. Who fails to comply with this part is guilty of a misdemeanor. You guys know that crimes start misdemeanor. Misdemeanor is the smallest crime, and then you go to felony, right? Felony is like the big one. So this is a misdemeanor. It might be on your record. You might get it crossed off your record. Sure. Yeah. If you get this misdemeanor, your kid doesn't show up to school, you can be punished by a fine. It can be at least $5. I know it's not that big, but still. And no more than 50. Not that big. Or imprisonment. You can go to jail for not less than 2 nor more than 90 days. Okay? So as a parent, you can go to jail if your kid does not show up to school. Okay? It's up to the judge to give you a sentence of $5 or give you jail. Yeah. This is the law. Okay? قانون ميشيغان كل ولاية ليها قانون they're called truancy laws قوانين الحضور في المدارس. اوكي؟ واحنا دي مدرسة public فاحنا كلنا بنعمل للولاية يعني الولاية that's our boss, that's our supervisor. فلو الأولاد الحضور بتاعهم مش كويس يعني في غياب كتير من غير أي داعي مفيش مرض يعني مفيش أي سبب مقنع مش الستودنت مش هو اللي هيتعاقب مش الطالب اللي هيتعاقب ولي الأمر هو اللي بيتعاقب. أوكي؟
بعده هو على أهله اللي بيحكموا
أهله هم المسؤولين أمام القانون. أوكي؟ والعقوبة حسب القاضي. القاضي ممكن يحط لك على الريكورد على الملف بتاعك ان انت اخذتي misdemeanor
يعني جنحة. ايه.
وممكن يقول لك انا هعاقبك هتدفعي $5 غرامة او $50 غرامة او يومين في السجن لحد 90 يوم. اوكي؟ اوكي. اولياء الامور لازم اولادكم يجوا المدرسة. القوانين دي لسبب لان اللي ما بيحضرش في المدرسه ما عندوش what did we talk about ما فيش عذر it's laziness it's irresponsibility okay it's الاولويات مش صح يعني في students They don't come because they want to stay, because they're working. Okay? There is another law for working. I know students are supposed to come to me to get their work permit. They shouldn't be working without the work permit that I give them, because me, you, and them and their employer مكان شغلهم بنمضي على عقد مع بعض إن الطلبة ما يقدروش يشتغلوا أكتر من عدد ساعات معينة في الأسبوع. فلما بسمع طلاب بيشتغلوا من غير البيرميت وبيشتغلوا مثلا 8 ساعات في اليوم بعد المدرسة، ده كله غير قانوني. أوكي؟
هو انا بس مسمعي بدي اضيف شغله، الاتندنس مش بس مهم للهاي سكول، لانه كمان نحن عم نعاني كثير بالاتندنس، ومشان هيك عم تشوفوا كثير بوست من مسز بوسي، لانه كثير عم بيكون عندنا ونحن دائما بنقول منه شيء بس ريليتد للمدرسه، هيدا شيء منه صحي للاولاد، لانه نحن وي ريبورت تو ذا ستيت الطلاب الموجودين بالمدرسه او لا.
خاصة الجمعة.
لأنه الجمعة مأخوذ إنه it's a half day يلا we stay home, which is a regular school day. الطلاب لازم يكونوا موجودين بالمدرسة.
100%.
لا والله حلو الجمعة.
أوكي.
بس
قولي.
لا هذا الحكي اللي احنا بنسمعه هم اكيد بيعرفوا انتم مصرين
بتقولوا لهم
100%. Yes, we do in assembly.
بس sometimes الكيدز بهذا العمر ما بيجوا مثلا عشان مو حلين الواجب، ما بدهم هاي الحصة أو عندهم امتحان ما بدهم يعملوه مدرسين.
ما هو ده
أو في عنده مشكلة مع الطلاب اللي معاه وما بده
هي لازم يجوا يحكي الأهل.
يحكي الأهل ويحل المشكلة. ما هو ده الهروب. ما احنا لو عززنا عندهم ان لما يبقى في مشكلة بنهرب منها ونستخبى، مش هيكبروا يعني ناس عاقلة مسؤولة، صح؟ عندك counselor، عندك 3 social workers who can help لو في أولاد مضايقينهم مثلا، أوكي؟ عندنا الدينز، عندك المدرسين، عندك الإدارة. You have so many people in the school that are there for their kids, and we are really there for them. We're paying attention.
بس هم ما بيقولوا مشاكلهم علشان هم إذا بيقولوها بينهم هم ضعاف للناس اللي يعني كثير. أنا عندي بنتي
أنا
حتى قبل الجمعة هاي كل بيت بتقول لي بدي شغل على المدرسة. ليه؟ بقول ليه؟ بتقول لي هيك بدي شغل.
بس على فكرة المواضيع دي كلها طبيعية بتحصل مع كل الأولاد، ده طبيعي. فما نستغربهاش. It's normal. It's normal
for.
for.
يعني بيحبوا يروحوا على المدرسة.
Yes, بس for once بقى we're tweening and getting into the teenage years, wanting to attend school will become less and less exciting for them. Okay, so that's normal. Let's start there. Let's start with being real about who children are and who teenagers are. We all have been there, صح? Let's not treat them as if what they're thinking and what they're feeling is weird or wrong. It's normal. It's normal that they don't want to come to school, okay? Yeah, even though I loved school, some days I didn't want to go to school and I just wanted to sleep. You know? I wanted to sleep because teenagers need a lot of sleep, you guys, and their sleep is disrupted.
Sleep a lot.
And they can't help it. They need it. Their body needs it to regulate all these hormones. And on top of that, their melatonin, which we all have, and for children and adults, it kicks in when the sun starts setting. Starts kicking in for us when it gets dark. للأسف for teenagers, it kicks in really late. That's why they stay up, because all their hormones are not regulated. So, should we make them feel bad about something they can't control? They can't control it. That's their body. No, we shouldn't make them feel bad. Should we let them do whatever they want and we يستسلموا? No, not either. We should hear them out, show them that we understand what they're going through, but we have to do what's right. You have to push through, you know? Give them incentives. And an incentive, you guys, kids, the incentive can be a hug from you. يعني Donna, for our kids, even high schoolers, teenagers, they might give you an attitude. They might show you that they can't stand you. It's not real. It's an expression of the hormonal imbalance. It's not real. They love you. عايزين رضاكوا. They want that hug. They want you to be impressed with them. okay? So the more positivity you give them, the more they will work to impress you, okay? And the more they'll accept it when you give them criticism. بس لو كله criticism, you need to do this, you're not doing that, you're losing them, okay?
إذا هو ما بيعمل أشياء وبضل دايما
لا في
بدي أعصب وبدي
ما هو أكيد بس أكيد في أشياء بيعملها أو بتعملها بس أنتِ مركزة بس على اللي ناقص which is normal for parents. إحنا بنبقى we want the best for them, right? فلازم we have to train ourselves to open our eyes to what they're doing right, even if it's just feeding themselves. It's putting the bottle of water right here. Compliment that.
don't do it. Anything.
لا you will find something right that they do.
التينيجر أنا ما فكرتش هيك.
No, we're all struggling, you guys. We're all struggling.
حسيبني ظابطة
Yeah.
والله. وهلا اللي بعديها الإيت جريد بيعمل مثلها.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll tell you the recipe. The recipe is you normalize it. You make it normal. ما هو إحنا ليه بنتعصب? Because we feel like it's not normal. Why are you acting like this? Right? Yeah. They're acting like this because it's their age. They are supposed to act like this. Exactly. Yeah. وإحنا لو ما كناش بنتكلم أو بنرد على أهلنا أو بنعبر, it's because we couldn't. It's not because we didn't want to. Because we were too scared. It was different. إحنا دلوقتي yeah. والحمد لله I'm happy that they can express themselves. بيعبروا عندهم ثقة شوية. بيتكلموا معانا. بنفهم هم حاسين بإيه. That's a good thing. You know? The first step, you guys, is normalize it. And then be supportive and positive. وبعد كده بنقوم. Okay? All right. So we're gonna go through these a little bit faster because we don't have that much time left. But inshallah, if we want to do something, parents, can I have your attention, please? Thank you. Okay. All right. If we want, I'll ask you guys later. If we want something like a session like this on parenting and relationships with the kids, we'll try to schedule one, inshallah. Okay. Okay. So another Michigan requirement for graduation is at least 50 hours of community service. أعمال تطوعية. So they can do it in the school. We always need help. I couldn't have done the PSET, SET testing over the last 2 days without so many of my students helping me. Okay? Collecting Chromebooks, charging them, passing them back out, cutting papers for me. All this counts for them toward their 50 hours that they need. Now, if they get 100 hours, they get another credit. But no, this is for over the 4 years. I have 9th graders who are already done because it's their personality and their culture that they are always doing volunteer work. Yeah. And then we
كنا نعمل هيك بالبلاد كانوا يشغلونا الصغار يروحوا يساعدوا الكبار.
Yeah. And then they get a lot of hours too if they join safety, the school's patrol team for safety. Yeah. So that's another great opportunity, and it's very good in character building, you know? Yeah. Or they can go to different organizations. They can go to the mosque, the church. They can go to a library, a volunteer organization. I'll give them ideas. If you guys if they don't know, tell them go ask Miss May. She will give you ideas. Okay. At the end of senior year, I have it right now as an assignment in the Google Classroom for the 12th graders that they need to write a 1-page reflection on their volunteer experience. What did they do? How did it change them? What did they learn about themselves? What did they learn about the people they helped? Okay? All right. Okay, so we talked a little bit about transcripts. This is what goes on it. I'm going to skip this. Actually, I'm going to talk about this. Transcripts are important because it's their permanent record, okay? And it's what colleges and sometimes workplaces need to assess them. Not for colleges, not sometimes. That's the first thing they look at. but sometimes workplaces ask for your transcripts too, okay? The important things that colleges look at, your cumulative GPA. Cumulative means your GPA starting in 9th grade to 12th grade, تمام? By the way, if you guys want these slides, I can send them to you, okay? The types of courses. So did they take the easiest courses or did they try to challenge themselves, okay? Is there improvement over time? So even if they started not as strong in 9th grade, did they progressively improve and start working harder? And then they look at specific grades in specific subjects. So I know I have a lot of students interested in nursing. So in nursing, they really look at your math and science classes. So if you did really, your GPA is high and you do really well, it's high because you did really well in social studies and English and stuff, but your grades in math and science are not that high, you're not getting into that program, okay? أنا بقول إن الجامعات بيبصوا على الترانسكريبت.
يعني طلع على العلامات بال 9 جريد
9 ل 12.
اوكي
كل العلامات، اوكي؟
طب اذا هو كان عامل منيح بال 9 وال 10 شو بعمل؟
لو عمل منيح ولا لا؟ مو عامل؟ هقول لك الاوبشنز بعد لما نوصل للسلايد كله جاي، اوكي؟
اوكي.
هم عايزين تقدم، يعني عايزين يشوفوا تقدم، وساعات بيبقوا مركزين في لو الطالب مثلا عايز شهاده معينه، تمريض مثلا او بري ماد او انجينيرنج، هيركزوا اكتر في الماث والساينس، تمام؟
يعني حسب التخصص
حسب التخصص يعني
انا ابني بالساينس جود بيكون
يعني ان شاء الله. طيب خليه جود بالماث تو يعني
شاطر.
اوكي طيب standardized testing. Let me just talk about هركز البي اس تي هم لسه واخدينه. البي اس تي بيبتدوا ياخدوه in 8th grade, so PSET is pre-SET, okay? 8, 9, 10 and the fall in 11. So بياخدوه في October in 11th grade. The SET they take it in 11th grade. That's the most important one right here, okay? The ACT workies they take it in 11th grade too. The SET is مهم للجامعات. It's important for college admission, for certain scholarships, okay? And when they go to college, if they have a good SAT score, in college they have to place them in an English level or a math level. They look at the SAT. So they did really good in math, يحطون في math أعلى, okay? They did really good in English. They don't have to. What happens in college is, you guys, there is a starting English class, right? We'll call it college English or college algebra 101 or 31. That's the basic starting point, okay? If the student is not at that point, they will have to take lower classes that they pay for and it doesn't count.
Like the basic skills or something.
It's English or math classes
يعني extra
تقوية
classes.
عشان يوصلوا to that first level. And these classes don't count for them. It's a waste of time. And that's why doing well in high school, وفعلا إن إحنا نستفيد in high school is very valuable. Doing well on these exams is valuable. Okay? All right.
يعني هذا اللي بيروحوا الاولاد مش بال 11 جريد وال 12 جريد بيصيروا ياخذوا مواد بالجامعه بالكولج.
It's right here. Okay.
يعني بيكونوا مؤهلين ياخذوها ولا اذا كانوا ضعاف باللانجوج ارت.
I'm gonna talk. هتكلم فيه دلوقتي. I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. So, what did you ask me? Did I answer جاوبت سؤالك على البي اس تي؟ فاكرة سألتيني في الأول؟
ما جاوبتي.
طب قولي تاني.
قلت لك اللي بيعملوا اياه التست بيكون بالمواد اللي بياخذوها ولا المواد ما اخذوها ابدا؟
لا.
انجينير يعني
No. So the SET and the PSET, ladies, the SET and the PSET is 2 sections. It's English and math. Each subject has 2 modules, 2 sections. So 2 sections English and 2 sections math. The English is on the English skills that they got from their high school and 8th grade experience so far. تمام؟ بس the English that they read and answer has social studies and science concepts in it too. So it's not only testing English, it's also testing their understanding of social studies and science. تمام؟ Math is math. So it is directly related to what they are studying, but it's also testing them on their ability to take a test.
يعني قصدك اللانجوج يعني بيكون لانجوج ارت بس بيكونوا حاطين مثلا ساينس حاطين
فقرات ساينس.
Yes.
فقرات
عشان يشوفوا الولد هو فاهم شو عم
متمكن ولا لا.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. وبعدين المهم برضو في ال SAT و PSAT و any standardized testing. We want to test the kids and train them on how to take a standardized test. Because me as a counselor, I took one and I have another national one coming up. Standardized test. اللي هو التست اللي انتوا بتقعدوا ساعات. Take it to get a license to work. Teachers have to take a test. Principals, accountants, nurses, doctors take board exams. So test taking abilities and skills are critical for success in life.
يعني هم بيعملوا هذا التست مش بس عشان يشوفوا مستوى الولد، عشان يشوفوا هو قديش ممكن ياخذ اي تخصص بعدين بالجامعه.
ويعرف ياخد امتحان فيه ضغط مؤقت. عندك وقت معين. You have to manage your time when you're taking
لما
it.
يكون عندها هذا التست اوكي عادي.
بنتك طالبة عندي ولا
لا مش
مدرسة ثانية؟ طب ابعتيها لي هنا. ابعتيها لي هنا.
ماما عادي بيقولوا لنا عادي لو ما ضبطنا فيك ما. هي لها 3 سنين هيك بتقول لي. هم دائما لما بنروح اجتماعات بالمدرسة بيقولوا لنا هذا منيح لازم ابنك ينام كويس لازم يفطر كويس. طب يعني لو انه مش مهم ما بيعملوا.
ما هو ده طبيعي برضه ان our kids say عادي ماما don't worry about it it's fine.
ولا بتقعد ما بتدرس. اعملي مثلا براكتس للماث اللي اخذتيه. هلا ما احنا ما بنعرف شو بدنا ناخذ.
No, and there's she has a college board account. There's practice tests, practice questions. She can't practice. That's it. No, there is.
العاد عم تكتب علي
عادي بيكذبوا عادي مش it's not okay بس طبيعي يعني. Yes.
سوري انا بس
كيف نعرف نقدم كويس او كيف العلامات الجايه؟
هو العلامات بتطلع بعدها ب3 أسابيع. يعني لو عايزه محمد لو عايزه ابعت لك على Okay. So what do we have here at ULA? We have advanced placement courses. I'm going to do this really fast, okay? Advanced AP classes. If the kids take them, whatever grade they get, they add another point to the GPA. فإحنا لو بنعمل average, if we do an average, and you add another point, it makes the average higher. صح؟ مظبوط. So advanced placement courses are really great for kids to take them. At the end of the year, they take an AP exam. If they get, depends on the university. If they get a certain score or higher, it's as if they took a college course. So it saves them a class. تمام؟ Dual enrollment, ده الكلاس اللي هو ياخدوه في الجامعة. احنا بنتعاقد مع Henry Ford. Henry Ford is our partner in this. So they take a class at Henry Ford that counts toward their college and it counts here in high school too. So it affects their college GPA and it affects their high school GPA.
يعني هو سؤال يعني انتوا اللي بتتواصلوا مع الهنري فورد عشان هدول الطلاب بيروحوا يدرسوا عندهم المواد اللي
احنا اللي يعني انا بساعدهم يسجلوا.
سوري انا مش كثير
No, it's okay. يعني هم بيقدموا عندنا.
وهي فيرست وان يعني السنه الجايه حتكون 11.
اوكي هم بيقدموا عندنا and then انا بساعدهم يقدموا هنري فورد. هو كل طالب بيقدم لوحده هنري فورد. بيسجل الكلاس as a dual enrollment student. وبياخدوا الكلاس.
يعني في بتقولي بنتي مو ضروري ناخده. قلت لها ما بتذكر انا اختي كانت تاخذ
هو مش ضروري
عشان تخفف على حالها.
هو مش ضروري. هو مش ضروري. هو لو الطالب عنده إمكانية وعايز يعني هو ولو أصلاً يقدر. لأن I started passing out dual enrollment applications at the beginning of April because registration at Henry Ford is next week. Okay. Me and Ms. Boosie have to make sure that they are qualified to take it. They're responsible enough to take it. So we look at their behavior, we look at their grades, we look at their level of responsibility. Can they handle this? Because it's not easy to take high school classes and college classes at the same time. That's not easy, you know? They think, oh, let me take college classes, get it out of the way. You're following two different tracks at the same time. That's overwhelming, right? So it has to be a certain type of student. So if your kids, you don't feel like they can handle that pressure and manage their own time, because their college professor is not going to remind them about deadlines. They're not going to accept any late assignments. They're going to open a window to take a test online. Once that window is closed, that's it. Zero! Exactly! I was about to say it. It's a zero on the test. And if they fail, so the district pays for Henry Ford classes in high school, right? If they fail that class, the parents and the student have to pay us back. So they're paying us at least $800 for their kid to have a 0, an F on their transcript. It's so sad. Don't push your kids unless you really believe they can do it. Your kids don't have to do everything.
Yeah, last year,
Okay.
my daughter, you wanna go early college.
Early college, that's a different school.
with his friend. I told her no, because يعني أنا بحس إنه ضغط أكتر لأنه هي عم تشتغل أكتر لأنه بتاخذ ماث أكبر من عمرها.
Yes.
باخده تاع ال 11 وال 12 وال 10 يعني بدها تكون قادرة.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes they're going to want to do everything, and I see parents here of
بحسهم
students who are
ضايعين
overachievers. I see you parents of overachievers, okay? And they want to do everything, but which is great. I love that they are go-getters like that, you know? But so we have to be realistic. Is this worth it or not? If I overwhelm myself like this and fail in something, that's a really high cost. So I don't have to do everything. Let me see what suits me, okay? So the other really cool thing that we have, you guys, is the CTE classes. These are new. They started last year. So CTE stands for Career and Technical Courses. We have them at the Nest, which is by Hamada Education Support Center. They go by the bus, okay? So next year, what we have available for juniors and seniors. Culinary arts, top, okay?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Broadcast and journalism, الصحافة, okay? Oh my God, there's one that I'm not remembering.
ما في شيء كتير.
What's the other one besides nursing?
CDA class for early.
Mechanics?
CDA? That's not available yet. No. There's one more, you guys, but I'm not.
I think the mechanic.
Mechanic is not available yet. No, it's not. But anyway, the really the most popular one is the nursing assistant one. But that one is not available for seniors because it's a 2-year program. So they enroll, they take the class, and the class prepares them to take the certification exam for nursing assistant. Okay? Again, I have all these students who want to do it because it's just something really exciting for them. But we have to be real. These programs are for you, not necessarily to go to college and get that degree. It's for you to finish high school and start working. Because في نقص في العمالة for nursing assistants, not nurses, nursing assistants. في نقص في nurses too. But nursing assistants are, I told them, you're going to deal, your job is not going to be a fun job. You're going to deal with all the cleanups, with all the blood, with helping people go to the bathroom. Don't just dive into something without understanding what it is, and once you get to the end point, you're like, oh my God, I spent all this time and I've invested in it and I don't even want to do this.
هذا الشيء يعملوه السينيور والتوظف.
هو عشان سنتين بنبتدي من 11th grade.
Yeah.
So seniors this year, juniors this year are not, they can't do it.
Oh.
So 1 year is left.
Yeah.
تمام? So it's starting for 11th grade. But these are really good. We also offer هنا في ULA a free Kaplan SAT prep course. يعني ده تدريب course online مع مدرس من Kaplan. I'm going to tell you guys, when I was in high school 20 some years ago, okay? My parents had to buy me this course because I told them I need to get a really good score. I think they paid $1,050. It's very expensive. They get it for free, okay? And then I'm gonna tell you what I offer them as a counselor. This is our counseling department. المقرر بتاعي. أول حاجة, I am accessible to the kids. If you talk to kids in other schools, some of them know the name of the counselor, but they don't really know what the counselor looks like. They barely see their counselors. They may see the counselor like once or twice. I am always in the hallway, which is, I love that our system, our district, it's part of my job to be in the hallway as they're going to classes, saying hi to them. What do they need? They're always actually asking me questions, and I have to be like, oh, email me. I'm gonna forget. I don't know, because it's like 30 questions in one time. But I secretly love it. Don't tell them, because I love that they know that they have someone that can help them, right?
Even elementary kids rush to help this man.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Even me.
Even my colleagues, of course. Yes. So I am here for them. They know where I'm at. They know how to reach me all the time. Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys what I do with seniors specifically, because we're talking about college. Okay. We start working on college applications together in the classroom together. I'm with them that week, answering any questions, guiding them. Amen. FAFSA, the financial aid application. Same thing, I'm with them. We started together, okay? And then they ask me questions as they continue working on their own. As soon as it's September, we hit the ground running with campus visits. بنزور جامعات, University of Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Henry Ford, Wayne State, Lawrence Tech, as many schools as I can take them to, I take them. And that makes a huge difference for them. It gets them really excited. So, بمناسبة الكلام ده, parents, please, as soon as you get the parent contract, sign it at the beginning of the year. Because the later you turn it in, the later I can take them out of the school on a bus, okay? If you do it right away, I can take them as soon as the first week of school, okay? All right, I find them, I make it a mission to find them national and state and local resources in the community. Like can I say about Dina?
Go ahead.
Can I say? Okay. So I came across this state competition in art and poetry, and I advertised it to all the students, okay? And actually, Doha's daughter won first place in Michigan in poetry, mashallah. It's amazing. And you guys, these resources are so amazing in building confidence in the students. Oh my God, can I say? And then Sammy, he won second place in poetry. So we actually have parents of the first and second place in the state, في الولاية كلها, okay? So stuff in art, stuff in career, college fairs, what else? Resources, like there are a lot of universities that offer coding classes, right? You like coding, right? Okay. You're doing really well. It's must be so boring for him.
Our class is the same, حبيبي. He always quiet.
Yeah, mashallah. So coding classes in the summer, reading, تقوية في القراءة. Anything I come across, I share with the parents. تمام? So always check Class Dojo. That's where I post it. All right, and then I do career counseling with them. They take. We have a software called Naviance. It's proven by research that it works. It's where they can plan out what they want to do, بيستكشفوا different careers, different colleges, okay? Or take any of these assessments. Have you guys ever taken a personality assessment? يعني بتعملوا كويس كده تشوفوا ايه طبيعة شخصيتكم أو تحليل نمط. This is available for them. They have their accounts. They can take it anytime.
والله بعتينا هي على الدور.
ما هم الأكاونت للولاد بس. لو استأذنتي بنت ما بيقولوا لو استأذنتيها.
في صور عم بطلبهم من المدرسة قالوا لي هذه أولادي واصلين على
كمان.
Yeah. All this stuff helps them because they're still young. It's really overwhelming to decide what major you're going to choose. You know? Yes.
لو سمحتي
على فكرة ممكن أبعت لك الحاجات دي كلها.
لا
It's okay.
طيب
هي مثلا من أول الإشي.
خلاص طيب.
نعمل بالك.
لا عادي في غلبة. This is I'm really happy والله.
انا بكون هابي على فكره دائما المواضيع اللي بتطرحوها بهاي المدرسه كثير حلوه.
Thank you. And you وانتي اسئلتك كلها كويسة.
عن جد.
Yeah, thank you for engaging, you know. Engaging in the family engagement. Okay, let me tell you guys real quick because I don't want to keep you over time. What are their options after high school? So they have, and that's what I think this has been lost because, especially in our population, in Arab American population, because education is very valuable in our culture, right? That the celebration of the first degree is nothing. Their high school diploma is their first degree. They actually have a degree. This is a big deal, right? And it's the most important degree because without it, they can't do anything. So let's bring that back. Let's not always say, عقبال الدكتوراه, okay? Let's not jump years. Let's just celebrate what we got, okay? So once they get that precious first degree, what can they do? What can they do? We can start at a community college. Community college, that's like Henry Ford. 2 years. So let me tell you, any university in America, the first 2 years or a year and a half will be general requirements. I call it advanced high school. They still have to take English and a science class and a math class and a social science class and an art class or a music class. Tamam? Even if their degree is in pre-med or pre-law, it doesn't matter. They're all taking these general requirements. So, you guys and the students will have to make a decision. Do we start taking these requirements at a community college? Or, yes, or the university? What will help you in that, making that decision is, let's say they get a full ride. They get a full scholarship for a university. خلاص, there's no cost difference because traditionally community college is always going to be cheaper than a university. تمام? So if money is an issue or if they don't have enough financial aid or enough scholarships and money is an issue, start at a community college. It doesn't make a difference. That was my situation. I did not qualify for any financial aid. I got zero money from the government. تمام? And I have siblings who are going to come to college after me. So I started at a community college even though my GPA was almost a 4.0. And I got into a lot of universities. So I tell the students, there is no shame, there is nothing wrong with taking your prerequisites, your general requirements at a community college. Because at the end of the day, on my resume, it says that I graduated from the university, not the community college. It doesn't make a difference. Tamam? So this is the decision they have to make. Community college or university. Here's another decision for high achieving students who know exactly what they want to do. Certain universities like Detroit Mercy, I know for sure, they have accelerated programs. So accelerated means في مجالات زي law, there are disciplines like law, dentistry, physician assistant programs, that you need your bachelor's and then you need a doctorate or a master's. تمام? So instead of doing 4 years bachelor's and then 3 or 4 years graduate school, if the total would be 4 years separate, you apply to an accelerated program and it becomes 7 years. Okay? If the total separate is 7 years, it becomes 6 years. However, these are competitive programs. So the GPA has to be high. تمام? Okay. Or the kids can go to vocational schools. Not everybody has to be a doctor and engineer, right? Our world is different. Let the kids figure out what they want to do. Believe it or not, they're more creative than we are. You know? There are certain things that they know way more about than we do. Let's listen to them and gently guide them. I'm not asking your parents to let your kids do whatever they want, but listen to them. في حاجات خلاص على انتهت من أيامنا انتهت. There are new things that we hear about but we don't really know about. Okay? So, and you have really high-paying careers that are vocational, electricians, mechanics. Okay? These vocational and trade schools, you can find them by themselves or you can find them at community colleges as well. They provide that education. Apprenticeships are صنايع, like learning a صنعة. Yes, but the learning, you're not going to school. You're actually in an apprentice program where عملي. You're working under an expert and you're getting paid to learn because you're working. Amen? So if any of your kids like one of these careers, الصنايع دي, if you feel like they want to do it their path,
يعني ما فيها دراسة بس بيروحوا يشتغلوا
بيقدم بس هي
because a lot of kids don't like it.
they don't like it. Yeah. بس هي ممنهجة برضه. يعني ما فيهاش دراسة بس ممنهجة. تمام؟ Or they can go to any of the armed forces branches. That's always an option. I have a lot of resources on this too. If any of your kids are interested, send them my way or send me an email. Okay? All right. So we talked about this. We talked about this. This is okay. Let's talk about, this is my last slide, you guys. FAFSA. Does anybody know what FAFSA is?
The financial aid.
The financial aid application. So FAFSA is an application. FAFSA is not an organization. It's not a person. Because a lot of the students come up to me and they're like, FAFSA told me blah, 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 or FAFSA is not giving me. I'm like, FAFSA is an application, guys. It doesn't do anything, you know? It just takes your information and gives it to the proper places to figure out how much money you have available for you. So the kids fill out the application. Don't be scared of FAFSA. It's not scary. It's information about who you are. That's it. If they need tax information, you have your tax documents. It's very easy. You know? It just, there's فيها رهبة. I don't know why. If everybody fears it, but it's very simple. Okay? Financial aid المستند. يعني في كل معلومات الطالب والأم والأب عشان يساعدوهم ازاي بقى. Let me tell you what happens. You send الحكومة الفيدرالية الابلكيشن. اوكي؟ الحكومة الفيدرالية بتبعته لحكومة الولاية. وحكومة الولاية بتبعته لكل الجامعات اللي الطالب حطها on FAFSA. يعني part of the application is what colleges do you want us to send the information to. Okay. اللي بيتعمل بقى بعد كده I'm going to repeat this in English. اللي بيتعمل بعد كده الجامعات اللي الأولاد قدموا عليها بتبتدي تبعت للطالب financial aid statements. This is how much the federal government, الحكومة الفيدرالية هتديك معونة كذا كل سمستر. اوكي؟ حكومة الولاية هتديك المبلغ الفلاني. اوكي؟ واحنا هنديك السكولرشيب دي. هتبقى حسبة. اوكي؟ الفيدرالية، الولاية، الجامعة نفسها. وبعدين في الحسبة هتلاقوا الثمن التويشن، ثمن الحضور. وهيبقى بلس بلس ماينس وتشوفوه في الاخر. انا دايما هدفي بيبقى المتبقي زيرو. زيرو. Remember? Say zero with me. Zero. That's our good number. Okay? In this situation, zero is a great number. ساعات هيكون حسب الطالب علاماته ودخل الام والاب. لو اعلى شويه هيكون مثلا كل ترم في متبقي اكتر شويه. بس انا لو الحاجه المتبقيه دي قليله بقعد جنب الطالب بقول له طلع التليفون ده رقم الفاينانشال ايد بتاع الجامعه دي. كلمهم دلوقتي وقول لهم انا عايز ادخل جامعتكم بس انتوا طالبين مني الرقم ده كل سمستر وانا I can't afford it. انا ما اقدرش عليه. ممكن تدوني اي حاجه تانية. نص الوقت بيقولوا نص الوقت ما بيقدروش بس نص الوقت بيقولوا فالرقم الاولاني ده ما تتخضوش منه. انا برضو بساعد الاولاد ان هم يفصلوا you know. So let me say it. FAFSA in English is a financial aid application. It goes to the federal government. The federal government sends it to the state government. Then the state government sends it to the universities that are listed on the application. And the last step is that for each university to send the student the amount of money or aid they are receiving from the federal government, the state government, and the university itself. Okay? This is a screenshot from my Google Classroom for seniors, and this is not even a quarter of the scholarships that I find and post for them. I post it for them. I make it an assignment with the due date of the scholarship. Tamam? I put in a lot of effort to do this, and I post so many scholarships. I get such little effort back from the students. They don't want to sit there and write essays, and I'm like, you guys, this is available money. Yes, you might not get it. You're competing with a lot of people, but try. Why not? It feels amazing when you win free money like this, you know? So parents, especially with your seniors, senior parents, or upcoming seniors, tell them, we know Miss May shares a lot of scholarship opportunities. Are you applying? Get on them, because it's just me, you know? Yes, 100%. البيرنتس؟
انا قدمت مرتين بس ما اخذت.
بساعد البيرنتس؟ لا.
ما
ينفعش.
ما ينفعش؟ اوكي.
بس لو انت بتدرسي في مكان معين هم يساعدوك. طيب روحي الادفايزرز هناك يساعدوكي. يعني انا يعني العقد ما ينفعش. يعني you know الزباين بتوعي الطلب. That's it, guys. No, thank you so much, and thank you for the amazing questions. Thank you for coming. Excuse me.
HES Academies have been serving the Detroit metro area for over 23 years, promoting academic excellence, leadership, and cultural diversity, ranking as some of the top schools in the state of Michigan. Our pre-K through 12th grade students enjoy tuition-free, state-accredited education by STEM-certified and highly qualified staff with no geographical restrictions, and with advanced placement, college dual enrollment, scholarship, and Arabic language programs. Noor International Academy in Sterling Heights at niapsa.org, Star International Academy in Dearborn Heights and in Canton at starpsa.org, Universal Academy in Detroit at universalpsa.org, and Universal Learning Academy in Westland at ulapsa.org. Join HES Academies today and enjoy a free Chromebook for every enrolled student.